if anyone had a downward spiral this year, it was definitely Rusev. Um, Rusev was at an all-time high between January to um, around WrestleMania time, and well, after that, that's where everything starts to go falling apart. Um, on January 25th of 2015, he had entered the Royal Rumble at number 15, eliminating 6 other contestants, and also I recall him and Bray Wyatt kind of teaming up, and that kind of made me think, you know, that kind of reminds me a bit of the Unholy Alliance between Undertaker and Big Show back in the Attitude Era, and then I started thinking, it would actually be kind of cool if Rusev and Bray Wyatt actually teamed up. That kind of be awesome. It'd be reminding me of the Unholy Alliance. So yeah, so they kind of gave me a hint that maybe they might do that one day. Though considering what happened to Rusev all this year, I have now huge doubts. Yep. So Rusev eliminated 6 other contestants and hid under the ring afterwards when he went under the ropes, not over the ropes, and then got eliminated by Roman Reigns, and then The Rock came back and Rusev went on a rant about The Rock, and then for some reason he gets into a head-butting altercation with John Cena, and that leads to a feud. Yeah, it doesn't happen because John Cena is prideful for America. In fact, all throughout till the build of Fastlane, John Cena doesn't even talk about America. He doesn't say, I'm doing this for America, America. Instead, he's saying, I'm doing this because, well, um, yeah, what am I doing this for? Yeah, way to give motivation and way to care about the people, don't you, Cena? Um, but that's a nitpick on that storyline. So during the build between Rusev and John Cena, when Rusev and Lana were complaining on SmackDown Live on USA when they aired Super SmackDown, um, I don't know why, but every time Rusev was complaining, it just felt more like, I don't want to feud with John Cena. I don't want to feud with John Cena. Please give me The Rock, because The Rock would put him over. So yeah, I was wondering, is Rusev complaining about the booking overall because he knows what's gonna happen when he fights Cena? Yeah. Okay. So at Fastlane, it comes around. Rusev wins via interference because, well, it's Cena. There's no way they can predict a clean win for Rusev. That would be too damaging for our children's minds. Oh, scarring. So yeah, no one cares. Instead, Lana interferes, and to me, it kind of damaged Rusev's credibility because he's beaten Sheamus clean, he's beaten all these other guys clean without Lana's interference help, and yet, except for Roman Reigns, since that was always a disqualification loss, but why? What made Cena so special? Oh wait, it's because it's John Cena, aka the face that runs the place. So then Rusev denies John Cena rematch, and part of me was really hoping, please tell me they're not. Please tell me they're going to go forward with this. John Cena's not going to be at WrestleMania this year because that would be awesome. I could finally watch a pay per view without him on TV, especially at WrestleMania. And alternately, Rusev gives in because Lana cried about when Rusev was being locked in the STF, and this is where I say, okay, yep, Rusev screwed. Because Rusev taps out during this when he's not in a match, and yeah, he's tapping out, and it's hard to. And when you build a character around being unstoppable or being incapable of tapping out, it kind of damages the character a lot. Like how I kept saying Kevin Owens should have passed out to the STF when he lost at Battleground. I'm saying the same thing for Rusev. He should not have tapped. He should have just held in the pain, and then Lana gives in because she can't stand to see her beloved Rusev be hurt, even though he doesn't care about the pain. It's because he has his pride. So, yeah. So Cena gets his match. WrestleMania 31 comes around. Everyone knows John Cena's going to win. I first see the entrance. Rusev comes in a giant effing tank, and it's awesome. Too bad it's a match that I'm not invested in because I already know the outcome. I don't even need to check betting sites because I know the outcome. So, Yeah. So I basically skipped that match. That's the first ever WrestleMania match I ever skipped because, well, what's the point of being invested into a storyline that you know is already predictable? And before WrestleMania happened, there was this odd contract signing with this Texas lawyer, and even I could tell that's not a Russian guy. That's someone from Texas. It just sounds like he's from Texas. In fact, it's kind of stupid. Even the commentary knew this was stupid. And Vince McMahon was upset about that, and even though it's Vince's fault, he's going to blame it entirely on someone else. So I feel sorry for the poor sucker that had to go through that. So WrestleMania 31 happens. It's been said it was the same thing like Fastlane, except the only difference is that John Cena accidentally hits a girl. Yeah, or like Rusev tackles her, I think. I don't know. Like Lana got hurt in storyline, but John Cena kind of caused it. So way to go for hustle, loyalty, and respect and being about the children, Cena. And Rusev is out cold by one AA, and I called BS on that because you built this guy as an unstoppable beast. It should have taken several AAs to finally beat him, like how they did with Stone Cold and The Rock. The Rock did 3 rock bottoms to take out Austin, kind of symbolic since their top matches had to, because The Rock had to face him so many times. It felt symbolic at WrestleMania, especially since The Rock and Austin had 3 WrestleMania matches. So yeah, so why couldn't they do the same with John Cena? John Cena does several AAs to Rusev to finally take him out. Like they even did with Bray Wyatt. They even let Bray Wyatt get Tombstone twice to finally be beaten. Though I'll talk about Bray Wyatt into the new year. So yeah. So here's so we're here for a new rematch clause. John Cena does his open challenge. Rusev announces that I'm going to wait till Extreme Rules in a Russian chain match. Basically, I said, yeah, it's a chain match. Don't why put in the Russian part? Like, there's nothing really special about this. It's just a chain match, and yeah, from everyone's point of view, the chain match sucked. Worst match of the night, apparently. And I didn't watch it because I had no emotional investment into it. In fact, all I did was clean up the house a bit. I had more fun cleaning up the house than working around the house than watching John Cena once again overcome the odds. So I waited until that was done, and then Lana was getting positive reception from the crowd, leading to Rusev banishing her from ringside and causing dissension between the two. So Lana reveals that she spoke to the authority, and Rusev is now guaranteed yet another rematch against John Cena. And I'm like, oh god, how many losses does Rusev need against this guy? Like, he's not going to put him over. We all accepted that. But can you please stop screwing him over? And Rusev versus Cena at Payback. I watched that. I was hoping they would overturn the booking decision and let Rusev go over. Like there was plans to have Rusev do something to Lana, and John Cena coincides because he can't let an innocent person get hurt, even though really, considering that he performed aggravated assault on Jon Stewart later this year, I don't think he would have cared, especially since it's Lana, since she was all pro-Russia, anti-America. Yeah. So the I Quit match sucked. They kept doing the "Do you want to quit? Do you want to quit? Do you want to quit? Do you want to quit?" And I'm like, "Shut up!" Like, will you stop saying that over and over and over and over? Like, I get they're gonna say it over and over and over, but the amount of times they say it was like, I think someone actually counted 36 times. I think someone counted in the comments section on Bleacher Report saying it was 36 times the referee said it. My God. So, yeah, that's. And Rusev kind of said I quit in Bulgarian, I think. Lana says she understood what he was saying he was quitting, but we don't really know. And Lana says he was quitting, and Rusev said he isn't, so we'll never know. So I think WWE was trying to protect him like that, but what they did was just create mass confusion. So we don't know what will happen on that. So on the post payback episode of Raw, Rusev ends his affiliation with Lana, and I hated this booking, and then I thought, well, it can't get any worse. And then Lana gets involved with Dolph Ziggler, and like, oh dear God, it just got worse. So I've already talked about Rusev, Lana, Summer Rae, and Dolph Ziggler storyline they did, the Love Square. Um, I don't know how else I could say this. It sucked. It was the worst storyline I have seen in years. It sucked. Oh my God, the storyline sucked. It made me say Anakin and Padme from episode 2 was more subtle than this. I'm giving George Lucas credit. At least he admitted he made mistakes. WWE is just too stubborn to admit they made mistakes. Unlike Paul Heyman, who will admit they made mistakes back in ECW, but that's a completely different story. And so, like, they do this love storyline, and Rusev tries to reconcile with Lana, and then it turns into a huge romance angle, and then it becomes a disturbing love square. Like, okay, he's interested in Summer Rae, but he's having her dress up as Lana, and Rusev screaming at Dolph Ziggler saying, "Lana is mine!" And then Rusev got injured, and part of me was saying that sucks. But and here's the thing: some people blame Cena for this because, well, had Cena been beaten by Rusev, Rusev probably would not got hurt. That's a 50-50 shot in my opinion. So I can't blame Cena for what happened to Rusev's injury. Like, we can blame him for the storyline, but we can't blame him for the injury. But I want to. I could, but I'm being logical here. So, yeah. So, yeah, I didn't blame Cena for Rusev's leg injury. So now they decided to give him boots after he came back. So Rusev still keeps showing up and does this horrible love storyline. And then he cuts this promo before Summer Rae got involved was, I've lost my woman. I have no championship. I am nothing but the broken man. And I was like, Rusev, go get her, man. You have America on your side. Mostly because I feel sorry for you because you've been given horrible booking because of John Cena's ego. But that's a different story. No, wait, actually, this relates to everything. Because had this not happened, had John Cena let you be put over him, then you wouldn't possibly be in this horrible love story. Like, the injury, that's a 50-50 shot, but the rest of it, yeah, it's all Cena's fault. You can blame him for that, and management's incompetence. So then Summer Rae gets involved, blah, 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 blah. It's horrible. I cannot believe this storyline is happening. I want it to end so badly. I seriously am hoping the storyline ends. And at this point, heading into the third month, I said, you know what? At this point, I don't even care. I don't care if two of them have to get injured. I just want this storyline to stop. You're ruining everyone's careers. And then the thing that broke the camel's back for me was Summer Rae's fake apology attempt after she had spied on Dolph Ziggler being naked, and I'm like, oh God, please tell me this can't get worse, and it got worse. Summer Rae delivers this horrible promo where she's screaming, "I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!" And I just want her to just shut up. Like, please be quiet, woman. It hurts just to hear you speak, woman. Rusev, please silence her. I don't care if you accept her apology, just silence her. And then Rusev says, I forgive you. And I'm like, okay, even I know that's BS. Like, I know I just said, just accept her apology because this is torture, but even I'm calling BS on Rusev's character. Like, even I bet he's not this character's delusions. Like, I kind of picture Rusev as a perfectionist when it comes to romance. So then I was saying, finally, the storyline is coming to an end. Lana has to leave because she got injured. So maybe they're finally going to end the storyline. Nope, they kept going for it. So, yeah, I really don't know how to answer this, but I'll get back to the storyline in a bit. Rusev answered John Cena's open challenge. Then Kevin Owens did Cesaro won open challenge, and then it resulted in a triple threat match where the winner were facing immediately afterwards. Yeah, this is where I kept saying, okay, Cena, aren't you kind of being a bully here? Because, um, this is immediately following the match, and they just had a hell of a match, a hell of a triple threat match, and now you're kind of picking on Rusev a bit. Like, I get he's a heel and anti-American, but he wasn't bullying people. So, yeah. So, he loses on July 16th again. He loses his second, this is his second pinfall loss, where, where he's lost to Cesaro, who I would have been alright if he broken the streak of uninterrupted pinfalls. And then Dolph Ziggler returns on August 17th, and this leads to a match at SummerSlam. It sucked, double countout due to interference from Lana and Ray. And Summer Rae proposes to Rusev, but said he will not marry her until he wins another championship. And then I was like, oh god, that means Rusev is never going to accept his proposal because Creative's not going to give him a belt. Like, especially after John Cena, this is all downhill from here. Please tell me the storyline's going to end. What? It's been reported that Rusev and Lana are engaged in real life? Okay. So what else is going to happen? Like, I'm happy for you too. I'm pretty sure you're going to make a lot of people on the internet jealous because everyone's interested in Lana. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm happy for them. Like, it's just real life stuff. This is always going to happen. Like, in this day and age, WWE has to accept that real life happens. Oh my god, you are being this crybaby-ish. You're really going to punish Rusev and Lana for being in love and say that's a sin to them? When did WWE become the Jedi Order? And you've heard me complain about the Jedi Order being corrupted. No, actually, that would if the WWE was the Jedi Order, that would make too much sense. So yeah, it's true. Rusev and Lana were being punished by management, and Summer Rae ended her relationship with Rusev, and I was like, hallelujah, thank you. You ended this horrible storyline, you bastards. Oh man. Too bad that you said that you're going to punish Rusev for this. And so Rusev injured his bicep in a match on October 31st. When he started doing this alliance with Wade Barrett and Sheamus, it was kind of getting interesting. Rusev would later return on November 23rd after he suffered his bicep injury, so he was gone for nearly a month, where he attacked Roman Reigns and lost to him when Sheamus and King Barrett interfered, causing a disqualification victory for Reigns. So then a week later, Rusev brings back Lana during Miz TV, and yeah, like, okay, they have chemistry, but like, this isn't what made them popular. This isn't what made them over. It was because they were vindictive and ruthless aggression. And you're just doing this. Like, can you stop making out? Like, that's not what made you too popular. Oh, wait, management hates you right now because you're in love. So, yeah, punish management for that. So, yeah, then the two later joined Sheamus' new stable, the League of Nations. And they ultimately kept losing to Roman Reigns because the management hates you. Like I've said in previous videos, management hates you and they don't like you. A lot. So, yeah, there was no emotional investment into the League of Nations since they lost in a 4-on-1 handicap match, and, well, that's pretty much it for that. And then throughout December, Rusev kind of entered this feud with Ryback, which sucked, even though it should have been much better. It was much better than it was. Like, the feud with Ryback, and, like, everyone's been wanting to see it since late last year when Ryback cut this promo about his life. And it was much better promo than Roman Reigns' exposition promo that he had to do because the audience was being portrayed as being incompetent idiots by Vince McMahon's incompetence. So, yeah. And I'm wondering, so what's this feud gonna do for Rusev? Like, had this been when Rusev was still undefeated and they didn't do all this romance subplot, then I could take this feud seriously. But no, you're being Rusev is being more sentimental, more caring about Lana, and Lana is not really getting involved, is getting more involved in the angles, and this is kind of hurting Rusev because, well, Lana and Rusev, even though they were teaming up, Lana didn't really do much during Rusev's dominance. She didn't like interfere, slap people, graze their eyes off. Um, yeah, like they didn't do that. Rusev was just the dominant athlete, and Lana was the manager, and they didn't really do much with that. They didn't like exploit. Oh my God, we hit the jackpot. We need to go ahead and exploit this for all we really can, for all it's worth. And Lana faking injuries to distract Ryback and help Rusev gain advantages over it. It just doesn't work like that. It just feels a little awkward, and that's pretty much it for Rusev's 2015. It was starting off at a high point and then just crashed like the stock market did back in 1929. Or wait, yeah, Black Friday, Black Saturday was it? I think. So that happened. Sorry, my historical perspective is I've kind of lost some track on historical stuff, but yeah, it's like the stock market crash of 1929. That's how bad this problem was. So Rusev, I'm hoping gets better booking, including Lana. Though with WWE being very petty and hypocritical about being mad at Rusev and Lana's real life personal stuff, um, yeah, I don't see much of a future for Rusev in WWE for now, but I'm hoping things turn around and WWE gets their act together. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Stay tuned for more.